Good morning, dear students of Class 7. Welcome to online class from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Student, I am a science teacher, DPS sir, and as you know, your chapter 5th, that is acid, base and salt, is under process. And in my previous video, I have explained you about all the natural indicators and its changes by changing its color indication. Now today I will explain you about the few other chemical med indicators like phenolphthalein and methyl orange. So let's start, student. So in previous video I have explained about the few natural indicators made from the China rose, from turmeric, from red cabbage, from lichens, and today some more indicator I am going to explain about that. It is the methyl orange and phenolphthalein. So methyl orange is another indicator that gives pink red color with acidic solution. It gives pinkish red in color when contact with acid, and yellowish in color when base, contact with base. So methyl orange is also an indicator which changes color to which changes its color to indicates that whether it is acid or base. Just for example, if methyl orange is dipped in a solution and if the color changes into pinkish red in color, then it proves that that solution is acid. But if while putting the methyl orange in such a solution, the color changes in yellowish color change proves that it is base. So student, this is the color change indications of the methyl orange. Changing red pink red color proves acid, and yellow color proves base. Now student, about the phenolphthalein. The substance is also used as an acid base indicator. This phenolphthalein is also used in acid base indicator. It is colorless in acidic solution but turned pink in alkaline solutions. When such indicator is put in such a solution and the color doesn't change, it remains colorless, that means that solution is acidic in nature. In acid it remains colorless, but in base like alkaline type of base. Alkaline type means the base that could dissolve in water is called alkaline. So if it put in such type of base, it turn pink in color, and changing its color pink in color It proves that it is basic in nature. Okay, students. So these two are the more indicator what I have explained today. That is the methyl orange, which convert pink red in color in acidic medium and yellow color in basic medium, and next phenolphthalein, which doesn't change its color in acidic medium but changes color to pink in basic medium. Okay, student. Now next topic is neutralization. What is neutralization, student? That I have already explained in the previous video. When an acid and a base reacts with each other, both neutralizes each other and becomes neutralized, and this method is called neutralization. When an acid and base react with each other, both the properties loses and they become neutral, that is form of salt. This is called the neutralization reaction. So when an acid comes in contact with base, it forms salt plus water. Okay, student. So you see, when acid react with base, it forms salt, and this is called, forming salt is called neutralization. In neutralization, it becomes neutral. It is no more acidic in nature nor in basic in nature. It becomes salt. So student, with few example I am going to explain you. Just like hydrochloric HCl is an acid, and when it reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH, it forms NaCl, that is salt, sodium chloride, and H2O, water. So HCl, when it comes in contact with sodium hydroxide, this is the base, this is an acid, it forms NaCl, that is salt, plus H2O, that is water. So student, this is the neutralization reaction. You are seeing here HCl is an acid and NaOH is a base. When these two react, this sodium came in contact with the chloride to form sodium chloride, which is a salt, and this hydrogen and this hydrogen oxide together forms H2O, that is water. So what you have seen here, student, when an acid comes in contact with base, it forms salt and water. This is called the neutralization reaction. One more example I am going to explain you about nitric acid, HNO3. When it comes in contact with sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium nitrate plus H2O. So when nitric acid comes in contact with a base, that is sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium nitrate. This sodium reacts with nitrate to form sodium nitrate, and H2O, water, is formed. Same way, sulfuric acid, same way. One more example I am going to explain. So H2SO4, when means this is an acid, sulfuric acid. When it comes in contact with the sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium sulfate and water. So student, this is a neutralization reaction in which you have seen sulfuric acid when react with sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium sulfate and water. So the salt obtained can be acidic, basic or neutral in nature. So these are formed by replacing hydrogen of an acid with a metal. So in every condition you have seen hydrogen has been removed and it has formed water. So you must keep in mind, whenever an acid reacts with base, it becomes neutralized by removing the water from it, removing the hydrogen from it, and it forms neutral. That whether it is sodium chloride, it is a neutral. Whether it is sodium sulfate, it is a neutral. Whether it is sodium nitrate, it is a neutral. And hydrogen is removed aside by forming the water. Next student, I am going to give certain few examples in our daily life, neutralization in our everyday life. Just like nettle sting, when you are stung by a nettle, when you are stung by a bug, okay, in its turn, after getting stung by a bug, you get a burning sensation on your skin. Why it happens so? Because when it's stung, it pushes a type of acid in your body, that is the methonic acid. When nettle stings on any person's body, it pushes acid from its body to that person's body. That is called the methonic acid. And due to this methonic acid, the person feels burning sensation in its skin. And to neutralize it, that means if acid has gone in your body and if you want to neutralize it, you have to apply a base on it, because acid could only be neutralized by the help of base. So you can neutralize the acid by rubbing a leaf, a plant, dock plant, D-O-C-K, dock plant leaf. In its base is found. When you rub on it, as you press the dock leaf against the wound, a base in the leaf juice, okay, present. And when this goes inside from that sting, and when it reacts with the acid, slowly the burning sensation will be silent, because it will become neutral. From that dock leaf, from that nettle sting, when it came in contact with dock leaf, nettle sting contain methonic acid and dock leaf contains base. When they both react, it becomes neutralized. Okay, student. So now about the bee sting. Just now I have explained you about the nettle sting. Now let's explain about the bee sting. When bee stings any person, it gives acid, it pushes acid in the person's body. A bee sting is acidic and it can be neutralized by rubbing soap or lactocalamine lotion on it, because lactocalamine lotion or soap contains base in it. And on the sting, bee sting, if you will rub soap or lactocalamine lotion, the base present in that soap or lactocalamine lotion, when it comes in contact with the acid secreted by injected by the bee, it get neutralized and slowly the effects calm down. So a bee sting is acidic and may be neutralized by applying soap, which is an alkali. So a wasp, but if a wasp means, you can say a yellow type of insect that is called a hadda. When wasp sting, in bee sting, acid is present, but in wasp sting, alkaline, that is a type of base, is present in it. So in a wasp sting, alkaline present in it, and if a wasp has sting, it has injected the base present in it in the form of alkaline, which it pushes in the person's body. And if you want to get free from its pain, you have to apply a medium acidic nature on it. That is, suppose that vinegar contains a type of citric acid. If you will apply on that bee sting, wasp sting area, so slowly that swelling and the burning and the pain sensation will neutralize, because through that sting this acidic will go, citric acid or vinegar will go inside and neutralize that base. Okay, so a wasp sting is alkaline and may be neutralized by vinegar, which is a weak acid. Now ant bite. When the red ant bites, the sting of an ant contain an acid formed the formic acid. So in ant, bee sting contain acid, and wasp sting contains alkaline, and ant sting also contains an acid called the formic acid. Okay, formic acid. When an ant bite, it injects an acidic liquid into the skin. It can be neutralized by rubbing baking soda. Okay, you apply baking soda, which is used in the kitchen. Baking soda, apply paste of baking soda on it, and as the base from the baking soda gets absorbed in the sting, that base will neutralize the acid of that ant sting, formic acid. It get neutralized. So on the sting of the ant, either apply the calamine lotion or baking soda on it. While doing so, while applying the baking soda or calamine lotion on it that contain base in it, when that base inserts in the skin and reaches on the acid, formic acid, which is pushed by the ant bite, that acid will neutralize. Okay, so these are the practical applications of the acid, how it could be neutralized by the help of base, and base, how it could be neutralized by the application of acid. Next, indigestion. Suppose you have got too much of acidity in your stomach, and the medicine which a doctor prefer or which you eat contains base in it. Okay, magnesium hydroxide. If you will see the wrapper of the medicine which you use at the time of acidity, so it contains a base, magnesium hydroxide, which when it goes dissolved through the water and mixes inside the stomach with the acid and slowly forms the salt and neutralize the acidic pain in our stomach. So in the case of indigestion, stomach produces too much of hydrochloric acid, that is called the hyperacid. When too much acid is produced in the stomach is called the hyperacid, which is called indigestion. The acid neutralized by taking the tablet called antacid, that is, this contains the milk of magnesia, which contains magnesium hydroxide, a formula magnesium hydroxide, which is a base present in that tablet. When it dissolves with the acid, it neutralizes the acid. Okay, student. Now, few soil also are very acidic in nature, and if it is acidic in nature, the crops will be all burned, it will be yellowish in color. So neither being acidic nor being basic, they both are harmful for the plant. So if we find the soil contains too much of acid or base, we have got certain techniques to neutralize those acid or base. What are those techniques? Such plant cannot extract enough nutrient from the soil. Farmers often add quicklime if the soil contains too much of acidic nature, so the farmer add quicklime, that is called calcium oxide, or slaked lime, that is called calcium hydroxide. He just throw in the field and just throw in the field calcium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide, and then irrigate it, and those dissolve in the water, get mixed in the soil, and slowly it neutralizes those acidic nature. Okay, although that calcium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide is the base. If the soil is basic, too much basic in nature, the organic matter is added to it. It releases acid which neutralizes the base. So for that we use organic matter that releases a type of acid, and when it get with contact with the base present in the soil, it neutralizes and just make neutral. Now, fire extinguisher. So the soda acid fire extinguisher contain soda in it, that is called the soda and acid, that is called soda acid fire extinguisher, contained in a bottle of sulfuric acid. That fire extinguisher machine contains both the soda acid and sulfuric acid. Soda acid fire extinguisher, that is called the sulfuric acid, and a solution of hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate. So in the fire extinguisher container, it contains both the acid and the base. Acid like sulfuric acid, and one solution that contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. When it gets mixed inside the extinguisher, sodium hydrogen carbonate solution, when this acid and this sodium hydrogen carbonate get mixed, it forms sodium hydrogen carbonate solution, and a neutralization reaction takes place. And like this way, a neutralization reaction takes place that puts off the fire. The pressure of carbon dioxide produced in the reactions pushes the water out. So now these are the examples in our practical life what I have explained to you, student, about how to neutralize an acid with the help of base, and how to neutralize the base by the help of acid, by giving various examples I have explained, which is applicable in our practical life, student. Hope so you have understood the chapter, and next day I will explain the assessment of this chapter. Thank you, student. Have a nice day.